Thank you for tuning in and welcome to Errant Update. I am currently working on my Dark Angel army. I've managed to finish good old school tactical squad, the one from Dark Vengeance. So plasma, and an intercessor squad, I believe they're called, the bolt rifle, 5 bolt rifle guys. And then I've built all the other Primaris thingies from the Dark Imperium box, except for the banner guy and the flyer guys and the captain. So, and then I'll get into painting those this week, as well as a dreadnought and hopefully some rhinos or rhino chassis to be used as whirlwinds or razorbacks or rhinos. And with that, of course, I'll do more videos on individual elements of the Primaris Marines. So stuff like how I do their company badge on the kneecap, how I do the insignia on the chest, how I paint the various weapons and stuff like that. So if there is something specific you would like me to put in front of the line, so to say, then by all means request below and I'll do my best to accompany that. And keep in mind what we're going for, what I'm going for with this Dark Angel army, is to make it tabletop worthy as fast as I can. I don't want to spend a ton of time on each model, because I want to have a reasonably large force to get into 8th edition, and once I have that and can start playing, then I'll either start on my Nurgle army or my Admech army, and put some more time into those models. But I find that good old Dark Angel power armor, I can do that way faster and still get a result that I'm happy to look at. While if I had rushed the Nurgle guys, I would probably regret it later on, because there is so much more potential to do funny stuff on those characters. So yeah, that will be this Wednesday and the next couple of Wednesdays. Also, the crow's nest that I started building last Friday, I used plastic glue from Revell. And don't do that, because while it's stuck on to begin with, now they were for some reason staying on until I touched them, but then they just let go like they were not glued at all. So that will be fixed with some super glue. I'll be sure to say that Friday also if somebody missed this. But better get it out as fast as possible before somebody made the same mistake. For some reason the plastic cap from the Nescafe instant coffee is not a viable plastic for plastic glue. So now I know. But yeah, Friday I'll finish up that crow's nest and paint it and everything. So that should be pretty fun. And then for Saturday, I'm not quite sure. You noticed probably if you're following the channel that there were no Night Errant this Saturday, because when we were doing Agile Supporting Guard, when night came and it was time to do the Night Errant, everybody, under myself included, were way too tired and nobody had any constructive thing to say to a camera at that point. It was all yeah, fooling around, having some cocktails and just kicking back, being tired in the brains. So with that in mind, I realize now that having Night Errants filmed and ready for every Saturday is not necessarily very realistic. Well, that by no means means that I do not attempt to have a Night Errant as often as I can, and preferably every Saturday. Not having one always opens an opportunity to fill out that spot with something else. And I've had a couple of requests now for lore videos. And I've been thinking about that but because doing lore videos would take much more manuscript than I usually use. Normally when I sit down I have a rough idea of what I'm going to say, what colors I probably want to use, stuff like that. I've given it some thought, but I don't actually write down anything or stuff like that. But for a lore video, obviously, I would want to get stuff right. So a bit more research and some actual manuscript to follow would be needed. So more work, but also an interesting challenge, I think. So I'll attempt to fill out empty Saturdays with lore videos, mainly on lore subjects that I either really like, have had requests for, or that I find are severely overlooked, and probably just 40k for starters, but I would in time be willing to delve into to the lore of other games that I play or worlds that I like. But yeah, there are definitely some areas that where I think I could add something interesting, other than what you get from just checking out the 40k wiki. And don't get me wrong, that is a great site. Lots of people put a lot of really hard, really nice work into that. Oh yeah, and if any of you out there are casually playing Eternal Crusade, I made a guild called Independent Characters, ICS. And if you wanna be in a guild when just casually playing around with that game, come and join. It's an open guild, and I mainly made it because when there is the option to have a guild tag, I was like, then I should probably make a guild. It's a Space Marine guild because I like Space Marines, and yet there is no actual point to the guild other than having somebody to play with. It can be nice to enter the battlefields with a pre-made group, or just simply have somebody to whine to in chat when you lose to Elder for the 10th time in a row or something like that. And yeah, before I forget, the super rare limited edition, you can't see it but it's in here, Errant Muck goes to a fellow Dane. Andreas, write me on my Facebook page with the shipping information, and I'll ship the mug to you. And thank you, all of you who wished me happy birthday and came with ideas for how to use such a mug. That was good fun to read. There might in the future pop other Errant merchandise into existence, and now and then I'll definitely do giveaways whenever there is just a remotely good reason, most likely. So stay tuned for giveaways in the future if you like giveaways and weird merchandise. And I think that was all. I have a son who will be 3 years this week, and he's still young enough to make sure that sometimes Daddy doesn't get any sleep. And so if I seem a bit incoherent, that's why. But I'll try to get this video done and uploaded as soon as possible, and then I hope you'll check back in Wednesday. Until then, take care and bye bye.